right, Coach, congratulations on the run and auto
Thank
bid
you.
into the championship. Just how does it feel to know that you were locked in watching this?
Yeah, it's an incredible feeling. I mean, obviously, your goals at the beginning of the year are you want to win a championship, and you want to go to the NCAA tournament, and you want to try to make a run in the NCAA tournament. So for this group to be able to realize that goal, our first goal, is incredible. So excited for the progress that this group has made, the start versus the where we are right now is incredible in terms of the growth and resilience of the group. And as I think a lot of people know, that we started this season 5-1 and struggled at the very beginning in the Sun Belt Conference, and for us to then at the end be able to go on a run, beat the regular season champs, beat Georgia Southern, who was a top 25 team, and then to go to Marshall and win at Marshall, which is probably one of the most difficult places to play in all of NCAA college soccer. It just is an incredible accomplishment and an incredible feeling from the guys. So I could not be prouder.
Coach, such a dramatic season turnaround.
Yeah.
To eventually get to this level. I mean, what were some of those conversations that you had to keep the team going, and how justifying was it for you to see that they kept working hard and it paid off?
Yeah, I think the group was determined, and within the group there's great leadership from multiple people. Wanvi and Gwen, our captains. We felt like we weren't reaching our best level, and that we weren't getting results that we were capable of getting. We were capable of getting results, and I think there was a determination. I think the coaching staff believed and the players believed that we're a team that can do big things, and you kind of chip away at it little by little, and you get your first win in conference, and maybe it's not quite as convincing, but okay, we build on that, and then we just kept building on each performance, and then at the end we were really kind of dialing in on certain details of our performances, and they just kept getting better and better and better. And you see the guys are and some of this is really just the natural progression from the guys. When you have a season with 17 new players, and these players have a 10 to 30, maybe it was like a 12-day preseason, you are not there yet. You have just started. And so you're always going into this early part of your season underprepared. And there's no way around it unless we give ourselves 6 weeks of coaching and organized training. So the guys were still learning as they were going in that early part of the season. We played some incredibly difficult teams in the early part of the season, and we learned a lot of lessons and progressed, and it's really credit to that group.
Coach, congratulations on the win again.
Thank you.
And
Thank
also, is this win already behind you? I mean, how do you go from celebration to preparation this quick?
Yeah, you don't get to enjoy it. Enjoying it was yesterday, and 1 o'clock today we have a new opponent, and we're going to play them Thursday. So our staff is actually already upstairs watching video, preparing, and so we, you feel good because you've got that in your back pocket, right? You are the Sun Belt champions, and now you go out and you get to go and try to do more. And so I think, the preparation's already started. We're getting ready to train tomorrow. We're going to be watching video as a staff, and obviously everyone in the tournament is a team that has either won a championship or has won a whole lot of games, and FAU's done both. So we're going to have to be really good.
And even though FAU is in the home state of Florida here,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are getting to host. What does that mean for the UCF fans?
I love it. I love it because I think we can have an incredible atmosphere here, and our guys talk about it all the time. When we get a great crowd here, they take that energy and their performance rises. So I'm excited for our staff on the marketing side and the administrative side to really try to push this game out there, make sure people know about it, get as many people to come to the game, because I think if we get a great crowd, which I think this game would deserve, it'd be a heck of a game, and it would give us a boost.
Very quick turnaround from the winning the conference tournament to the selection show. Where were you guys when you found out who you were playing, and what was that like, kind of making your way back?
We were boarding the plane, so we weren't actually boarding, but we were right by boarding our plane to come back, and we had basically everybody around the computer watching the selection show, and we heard our name called, which was really annoying because they called it at the end, and we were getting a little nervous because all these people started walking on the plane. Luckily, we were in section C on Southwest, so we had a little bit more time. But we were waiting, and we got called, and then straight on the plane after that, the whole group. So it was interesting. I've never watched a selection show from an airport.
What was your initial reaction when you found out that it was FAU? Because the last time you guys played them was back in 2022, where that was a season that ended up not really going your way. So what's it like to be able to get another shot against them?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think it's great. It's an opponent from Conference USA days as well, when I played back there, in-state rival. So I think it's important that you try to take the top position in your state when it comes to recruiting, and so I think it's an incredible opportunity. I love that it's here, and the only way that I was going to be here is we had to win out and win the Sun Belt Championship to boost our RPI into that range, and so I'm happy.
Coach, you've been a part of some really successful UCF men's soccer teams. We're even talking #1 in the country. But now that you've had some years and experience going into this tournament, how do you kind of carry that momentum and that success you guys have had to end the season?
I think there's a level of confidence going into that game because of the continued progression of this group. And so we intentionally played some big games. Open up UNC Wake. I want to say we played 9 top 25 teams is what I believe Ryan saw. So I think we're tested in big games. We're tested against top opponents. We're tested in these environments, like a Marshall environment, a UNC environment. So I feel like that's important to be ready for a game like this. And if you don't play games like this, and then all of a sudden now there is this big game on your schedule, that's difficult. That's difficult to deal with the crowd, to deal with the importance of the game. But, I feel like we're accustomed to it.
You talk about facing Wake early in the season. They ended up missing the tournament this season. Just speak to how much of a difference that time between that match and this one ended up being, where you end up going from losing to Wake and making the tournament, while Wake goes from beating you to missing the tournament.
Yeah, I think we had a lot to learn about our team from both the coaches and players themselves in terms of how are we going to play together. And I think we engaged in that process, and we engaged in that process in the right way, which is win or lose, how can we get better? What can we learn from our last game? What do we need to do for our next opponent to be able to get the result that we want and performance that we want? So when we engage in that process, win or lose, against really difficult teams, I think we get better. And we weren't getting results, and we had to challenge ourselves to try to understand how can we do things differently, how can we do things better. And clearly the players, that was a big thing that they wanted to do. They were really ambitious for this season. And I think as a group, we're able to just it's like, how can you get just a little bit better every single time you go out and train, every single time you arrive at the field and you have a match? And I think we did that, and now here we are.
Coach, with your players, I'm curious to know, obviously they're excited. This is a huge moment, but what are some conversations you might be hearing? What's the vibe like, the feel?
Well, they're so excited to have won the championship, right? That's where the focus has been. I think many of them, when you listen to the conversations between each other or with media, I think they're echoing a lot of the things, which is, they're an incredibly connected group. and that they stayed together. And I think when you look at the values within our program, togetherness and being able to stay together in these difficult moments, this group has taken that to an incredible level, and they really, really love spending time together. This whole week on the road, 10 days on the road, they love it and they enjoy it, and it's a lot. Like, we have played 3 games in 10 days, and we train, and we're on buses and planes and hotels, and it's a lot, but I think they really enjoy being together.
Coach, this general question, can this team go all the way?
I think we have played enough teams at a high level that says that we can compete with anybody. So the answer then is yes, of course. We have been tested. Marshall's an incredible test. West Virginia's an incredible test. Marshall was in the final last year, right? West Virginia, so good, right? UNC in the tournament. So like, we didn't shy away from testing ourselves and trying to grow in really difficult situations. So I think, of course we can. We just got to keep going, keep getting better, show up and perform like we did against Marshall, do everything that it takes. Because I think the Marshall game, players did whatever it took in that game. Whether it was we have to defend, and we have to defend for 3 minutes straight, and we're not going to concede a chance, which is not typically how we play. We have a lot of the ball, but they're willing to do whatever it took, and that's what they'll need to do for every game we play from here on.
Coach, your match will be the second NCAA tournament match played on this pitch this fall, with Coach
awesome.
Tiff making it to the tournament.
Yeah.
The first time that both programs made the tournament together since 2011. First time in your tenure with Coach Tiff being there that you've made it together.
Yes.
Given the the history between the two of you, what's it like to finally after in your 9th season to end up making it at the same time?
I love it. Well, I think they're incredible coaches. There's a lot of alignment between the way they play and the way we play. There's a lot of collaboration. So I love that we're both having the level of success that we were hoping to, because they are great people, great human beings, great coaches, very good friends of mine, and when they're successful, it's awesome. And I think our guys, if you were with our guys when the women are playing, all the phones are on. They're all watching them. We're watching them as a coaching staff, and we're cheering for them. And the same thing happens when they are playing, or when we are playing and they're on the road. So there's a lot of support, I think, both ways.
What's the biggest thing this team needs to do between now and FAU to be ready to go?
That's easy. Recover. We're not going to get fitter. We're not going to get more technical on the ball. We're there's training is about staying at this point with so many games. How can we get them their legs back? How can we get them rejuvenated emotionally and mentally, right, to go again? Because you just won a championship. That's very emotional. So that'll be the most important thing. And then the staff will work on making sure that they understand what their opponent wants to do, and what, most importantly, how are we going to play.